Hi, this is Joe Cash of Keller Williams Cornerstone Realty in Belmead, New Jersey. Keep running into an interesting phenomenon lately. More and more agents seem to want buyer's agents to call the listing agent to make appointments to show their listings. On the surface, I guess, this may seem like a really good idea. Buyer's agent probably wants to keep track of who's in and out of their listings so they can call for follow-up, and that's all good. That's a great idea. That's an important part of the marketing. I think some of them, and talking to some of these agents, they want to do a quick sales pitch with the buyer's agent. And I'm going to tell you right off the bat that that is just plain annoying. Most agents don't want to get sold anything by anybody. The last thing they want to hear is an agent extolling the virtues of their listing. Not necessary. A lot of times an agent's real busy. They're making more than one appointment. They don't want to hear a 30-second pitch on a listing. It's a waste of time. But getting back to the other piece, the fact that an agent wants to track those buyers and buyer's agents in and out of the house, that's a great idea. Fact of the matter is, however, we don't need to go through 27 different steps to do that. It's just not important anymore. What you do, set it up that if the listing showing multiple listing is active, that the prospective agent calls the owner and says, hey, I'd like to show it at such and such a time. And if that's a good time with the owner, agent set up, they go directly. There's nothing more that's necessary. The reason is technology really exists out there today that's all that needs to be done. The boxes that we have today are all electronic. They're fully wired, and the keys are even better. This is a lockbox key that we use here in most of New Jersey. The technology is such that anytime an agent uses this key to open up a lockbox, the lockbox key transmits all that information via radio frequency back to the server to state that an agent showed a property at a particular time. That information, if the agent's good about it, knows what they're doing, could be transmitted immediately to that agent right on their cell phone, their smartphone, or their email, or all of the above. So the minute that a property is shown, the minute that an agent uses a lockbox to access a property, this system will generate an email to that listing agent letting them know that John Smith from XYZ agency showed this property at this time, and a lot of times it'll give the agent's contact information. So it eliminates all the need for all these 27 different phone calls, calling the office, calling the agent, calling the owner, and it really simplifies things. Why is this so important? It's really simple. Today, there are so many houses on the market. If you make it difficult to show your home, you may find that you're going to lose showings, because if it's so difficult, or an agent calling to make an appointment can't get a hold of your agent, they'll just move on to the third or fourth or fifth or sixth or seventh or 10th or 12th of the house that they'd like to show and not even show your house. So there's a possibility that you'll miss out on a showing completely. Not something you want to have happen. The other piece of this is that when the property is being shown, the owner should be out of the house. You want to make it as comfortable as possible for the buyer to go through the house, work with their agent, discuss anything that they may find important, questions that they have. Let the agent point out to the prospective buyer what the salient selling points are of that particular house. And keep in mind that that agent owns that relationship with that buyer. They know what's important to the buyer, not the seller. The seller may think that a particular feature of their house is the big selling point. That may mean nothing at all to that prospective buyer. So a lot of times, be out of the house, let the agent work with their buyer. They know their buyer best. Along those lines, same thing. No need for the listing agent to be there. That's even worse half the time, because a listing agent, again, doesn't know what the motivating sort of factors are for that buyer. A lot of times they're going to make the buyer's agent uncomfortable with comments that they may make, And lastly, they're going to make that the buyer themselves uncomfortable, perhaps with things that they're doing, the fact that they're being followed around the house. I've had buyers tell me, hey, that's creepy. It's just creepy having another person follow me through the house. I'd rather just go through on my own. And a lot of times as a result of that, they'll cut their visit short and they won't really get a good view of the house. So another thing to consider when you put your house on the market, make it as easy as possible for agents to get in. Make the agents as comfortable as possible when they're showing your house. Don't be there, and hopefully that'll make it that much easier to get your home sold. If you'd like more information about this subject, you'd like to discuss it more, or if I could be of help with any of your real estate related needs, please contact me. I could be reached anytime at 908-704-1222. Thanks for joining me today. Until next time, this is Joe Cash from Keller Williams Cornerstone Realty in Belmead, New Jersey. Have a great day.